You want details? Fine. I drive a Ferrari 355 Cabriolet. What's up? I have a ridiculous house in the South Fork. I have every toy you can possibly imagine. And best of all, kids, I am liquid. So, now you know what's possible. Let me tell you what's required.
Hello, everyone. This is the Ryen Russillo Show. Life advice, lifeadvicerr@gmail.com. You already know that because you're this deep into the pod. Or we should do intros for the couples out there, the lovers. Life advice is for the lovers. That might be a shirt. I don't really blame. We did pretty well on the RSLO hoodie sales thing. You know, I feel good about that. But you got to be a particular kind of guy to be rocking that and then have to like explain it. And then maybe somebody who doesn't know is like, what is like, who's the guy I think he is? Like, he's got a fucking logo. And then you're rocking the hoodie because you like the content that much. So anybody that bought one, thank you. Because, you know,
you're a real one. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But
laying it all on the line.
Anybody that was giving me shit about it, I was like, yeah, I actually get it. That was the original design that we had with Legends. And because I'm an investor in Legends and have known Scott, the founder, for such a long time, that it was just like, hey, I want to do something for you. And then they designed a thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I gave them out to a bunch of my friends. Then we did like a one-off sale of them for Legends a couple of years ago, but we didn't make that many of them, you know. And it's also like, because it's such nice stuff, it's not necessarily the least expensive thing you could ever buy. So a special
we're not talking
you.
Comfort colors here, you know.
Yeah, right. But I mean, we'd probably do a lot better
on comfort colors, you know.
But don't you think we'd probably do a lot better on just like some thing that's a little more generic, as opposed to me pretending I'm like some 5-star wide receiver signing with Oregon?
Yeah, no, it's a niche product, no doubt about that.
Let it flow, boys. Like, you're gonna let it out right now.
I don't have anything to say. Like, you know, like I said, I had bought one beforehand. I know what they're like. I like them playing golf. Am I wearing it, you know, around? Maybe not, you know.
Hey.
But it's a statement piece, you know. It's also like,
but if you wore it around, like, to me, that would make a little bit more sense.
There's kind of three guys in the world that it makes the most sense to wear it, and you're one of them.
Well, if I showed up today wearing it on the pod, you guys would be like, "What the fuck?" Would that be weird? I felt like that'd be weird.
That's Twitter comments might do that, but I would never say something like that to you.
I can't read the Reddit comments, man. It's just it's tough. But anyway,
well, I don't know. Is it cool if I wear it? I mean, I've worn it to the gym a couple times. I've gotten a couple questions.
Yeah, it totally is. It totally
is. Like Steph Curry, you know, he wears his own stuff, right? You know.
Well, thank you for comparing me to Steph Curry, but allow me to push back.
Is it not cool for LeBron to wear his logo? I don't know.
Yeah, I think those guys are pretty much like logo tier. I think you have to accomplish more than I have. And I'm not trying to like fake humble this at all. Like,
but you're probably less for people that have a logo, though.
Your logo is your name, dude. It's
but do I like those people?
Gold's Gym guy lifting the barbell. You know, that might be a little strange.
Well, I was taken.
It's just Yeah, it is.
You're right. It is sort of the name. So anyway, like on the next thing that we do, it'll probably be a little bit more for everyone. How about that? And I don't know what that is. You know, I mean, would you actually just rock the t-shirt with the Ryen Russillo Show on a pocket? You know, like, is that a little bit more?
I would. I like the new logo. I like the colors. Also thought we had some pretty good ideas. I hope that's not just in a wastebasket somewhere.
No, it's
Here's the thing too, is, you know, Barstool kind of does.
Fuck off.
Well, all that stuff. I took a picture of it just in case somebody erases it.
Good. I got it in my notes app if you ever actually care about doing it.
Well, now I really care. Now I think the next launch is just going to be a Kyle approved thing, and we're just going to
the Kyle line. Yeah.
Yep. We just made a decision.
Don't patronize me.
No, I'm not patronizing.
Get one thing on a t-shirt.
I think the Kyle line would actually be
the merch mecca.
Well.
It's like maybe there's room for something. You know, that's all.
What if it just said Nephew Kyle, like nameplate on the back, and then just an NK?
That's the one you would ram through. That's the one you would ram through in production. No.
Well, the other thing too is our guy Trig, right, who does like all the the drawing stuff. He's awesome. He hit me up after, because he listens to the show, listened to the episode, was like, hey, like, let me, obviously, like, you know, we got Black Friday stuff going on, but like, let me know what you guys want. But I was thinking, I didn't want to rush stuff before Black Friday. If we release our stuff on our own, like at a different time of year, like maybe we do it, you know, I don't know, March, April, maybe before the NBA playoffs. Like it's our own thing. We can kind of own it a little bit more. It'll be special.
Well, that sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like you're trying to break off from the company. I don't know if Dave's going to like that.
No. I'm just saying, like, we would just get lumped into the rest of the Barstool stuff, which is
fun.
We
weren't ready. we weren't ready for the full line. Like I saw some of the Spit and Chiclet stuff, and I was like, "That's awesome! That thing is sick!
Really,
like, look how good that looks." And then I started feeling bad
I'm wearing
about
something
myself
right now.
a little bit.
I got a box of stuff. I don't know how that happened, but
I think Ryan, was that you?
Was that you? Yeah,
I showed up yesterday, and I meant to give you
that's good stuff.
shout.
This is a great. I mean, listen, love this hoodie. It's great.
It looks great.
A lot of girl dad stuff too. Girl dad stuff's very popular.
So you threw that extra stuff on your tab
also
too, because I got my Russillo hoodie, and then you threw that extra stuff on your tab. Thank you.
I think it was just understood. It was like, hey, can everybody get hooked up here on this one?
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. All right, that's fashion. Let's get to some emails. We have one I actually love, so maybe I don't know if I'll do that one second. Yeah, I'll do a pretty basic one first, and then we'll do this other one second. Because honestly, I don't have anything close to a good answer, but I want to share it with everybody. Life advice: fluke concert encounter, a fluke encounter from Reddit, and a concert. All right, hey guys, love the show. Listening last 15 years or more. Wow. All right, 2-hour drive times 5 days a week. The show's been my favorite, so thank you. Used to go to a lot of concerts, haven't since COVID. I've seen Tool a few times, like that genre, alternative. I wanted to drive 4 hours to see a band, Sleep Token, and it was sold out. Do you like that, Kyle?
That's great.
This Friday, Sleep Token. Put the kids to bed and come rock. And aside, I'm going to just say this because of the reason I watched Snatch. You know the guy that plays Bricktop? He came out. Yes. I don't know how old the video is. Is it Brixton? You're kind of my London guy because I stayed in a very, very small circumference.
I'm your London guy? No, I don't know. Yeah.
Malevolence, hardcore band.
Nope.
Well, the actor who plays, what did I say? I said Bricktop, right?
Yes, you did.
Making sure. I had something else in my head for a second. He comes out and introduces those guys, and it's unbelievable. I would almost rather have that guy intro my show. So I don't know if we can get to Barstool Sales and
Cameo, maybe.
What's in the budget and have Bricktop introduce, because he introduces.
Yeah, if you buy a Cameo, can you just use it as many times as you want, or is that like there's probably a legal thing in there, right?
I might be able to. I saw some other guys
for Christmas for you, buddy.
Yeah, maybe that'd be nice. There's some other guy that was like, what I like to do in Cameo is send him crazy things. Like, oh shit, like if you anything else from 2018 you do. All right. Anyway, so Sleep Token, and it was sold out, and I was broke. I did it too many times. I got on the subreddit, and someone was advertising a free ticket. We agreed. We met at the venue, and our tickets were together, but she was attractive. The next day, I DM her to say thanks, and I asked what else she listens to. We keep messaging back and forth a couple of weeks and turned into a texting daily thing, then to even watching movies at night at the same time while texting about it.
You'll hit play, hit the space bar.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I went on a trip with someone, and you hit the video on the plane, and like we were next to each other. This is a long time ago, but
that
it was
makes
like,
sense though.
Yeah, but she was like, wait, you already hit play? And I was like, well, yeah, I don't know what. She's like, no,
it's part of the routine here.
We have to hit it at the same time. I'm like, do we?
Yeah, because then you get wandering eyes if someone's ahead of you, and you keep looking over.
It might be a courtesy thing
for that,
like staying seated or something.
Window into some of my decisions in life. I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
Right. It's like, what? Why? Who cares?
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
Figure it out.
Yeah. I don't have my, I don't need to set up my snacks. Then to even watching movies, we covered that. It's been 5-6 weeks of this. I think she likes you, dude.
Feels like you're in. Yep.
Yeah. It would be mostly talking about what's going on in our lives and a lot of joking back and forth, but we've yet to hang out in person. Well, this would be scary, except for the part that you've already met at this concert, which is a very specific kind of band. We've yet to hang out in person. We talk about it when it's weeks out. She seems to want to. I've also been out of the game way too long.
Okay.
And we never told each other. Yeah, right. Yeah, we can tell. Never tell each other how we feel about what's going on with us, but she does She does all the time want to watch movies and text with me, and I love every minute of this. So she also just got out of a long-term relationship that just ended earlier this year. Worst case, where am I? The rando Reddit guy that's nice and makes you feel comfortable, but not that comfortable. Maybe she's afraid of jumping back into a possible relationship. I have also gotten into many friend zones in the past. You've gotten into the friend zone because they're waiting for you to get out of the friend zone.
Guys are like two pussies circling each other in a bar parking lot. That's never going to fucking... There's a lot of shouting.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry. That's just as a
keyword.
decider. Yeah. Sorry. It's okay to
Earmuffs.
say, I think.
Whoa.
Right?
It's okay to say it, but I've refrained from it because I don't know.
Okay. Sorry. Well, as
No,
an
you do
aside,
whatever you want.
I'm having trouble
use the C word.
adjusting. I'm having trouble adjusting to
Yeah.
nightlife.
Word. That's what
I'm the I'm like a
And
daytime bar guy, and I've been having some weird nights out. There's a guy who said he's going to remember my face. So I just shouted my name at him. I told him I'm around. I don't know. This is like I never had to deal with any of this stuff during the daytime when I would go out. Now it's all
right,
nighttime.
Back up. We'll get
It's
to
a
you.
different crowd.
We'll get to you, guy who went to the Sleep Token show. So yeah, right. You were a daytime pop-in guy, and now because of time zone changes, and I don't know that the schedule's all that different. You're out. You're working the nightlife crowds now. Is what? So you're out there.
Well, it's
with
just
the
when my buddies will go out. So it's really my
Like
only
most
option,
people.
really.
kind of
All right,
at
all
night.
right. Save the tone. I see that. Enough. I'm doing
right, so-
it. I'm doing the thing now. I'm doing the thing that everyone else does. So
What are you saying? Like you're getting messed with now? Is this
I
what
was
happened?
just like, it was just like I've just got a new enemy already. Like I haven't had an enemy in LA in almost the whole time I was there. Now there's a guy who's he's going to remember my face.
What happened? Give us the timeline.
My buddy was trying to get into this bar that we were already at, and he
What time of
lost
night
his
is it?
wallet. It's probably 11 p.m.
Early to
he
lose a
lost his
wallet,
wallet. He's rummaging through his whole car. It's a mess. There's a guy in his window talking to him, and I'm just I see him. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And I guess he didn't like that I was near him, even though we were both talking to my friend. He's like, what are you doing, man? Who the fuck is this guy? And I just I said, hey, mind your own business, man. And he's like, oh, mind my business? I'm gonna remember your face, man. His friends are carrying him off, and I was just this would have never happened at the Frolic Room. So,
but you yelled, "My name's Kyle."
I said, I'm
that
Kyle.
move.
I'll be around. Yeah, you don't have to remember my face. I'm Kyle.
Damn
Google
right
me.
you will be. Yeah, that wasn't a lie. I will be around.
Yeah, we're around. So
right.
I don't know.
All right, so let's get back to our guy here. Yeah, man. I mean, you already did a great self-evaluation here. She is waiting for you to make some kind of move. What other invitation do you need here? And let's also face it too. When there are do you know how when a juggalo meets another juggalo, it's on. And I'm not calling Sleep Token ICP. I mean, I don't know that they have the resume or the reach, but you're into a certain kind of music and you have this connection. She's probably not meeting a lot of men that are necessarily as into some of this stuff. She advertises the ticket. She may have even done that, hoping to meet somebody. So what else do you need to have happen here? You need to get out of your own way and straight up say hey, this is my favorite thing. I look forward to it every day. I love this. And you know what? I know you've gone through a lot. This is kind of new for me again, but let's just hang out, without worrying about where it's going or any of that stuff. I'll drive up to meet you. Don't say the kind of the move is I'm getting a hotel in town, so I can stay there and then drive back in the mornings. You're already getting assumptions out of the way. And then who knows, that could be some extra credit for you because he wasn't assuming anything or whatever. And maybe this is challenging for her, but you're getting a lot of great signs and you're aligned in a very specific interest here where you're probably providing her just conversation. And I don't mean to say it again and be redundant, dialogue with somebody. She's probably not meeting a lot of people like you. So give yourself some credit here and fucking, rip off the shackles of doubt.
Yeah, I remember being younger thinking we should hang out sometime was enough, and the girl's yeah, we should. It's no, you have to be hey, what about this Friday? I'm thinking about this thing. You think that you've done enough, and that might even be pushing your comfort zone, where you're oh, going out on a limb here, saying we should hang out sometime, and then when she just fires back with totally, and you don't follow up with that. That's how you end up doing the 6-week circling. So I think you have to do specifics. And I really like your, hey, I'm getting a hotel and all that stuff. There's plenty of stuff we can build off of that, but you got to hit the hole, man. You got to. This is a football term as I'm talking here. You got to just you just got to just do that. That's the first thing you have to do.
Don't do
you
that.
have to put something on the books.
Yeah, like you've done the hard part, right? Like,
Yeah,
and
you met
there's
somebody.
There's you know how many dudes who listen to this podcast? Like, how do I get that? How do
And you're
sign me
keeping
up?
up
Like, can I
with
get her
the
number
text?
too?
Yeah.
Like,
You're not
Thinking
annoyed
about
by
checking out
these
a sleep
texts?
token show. You know?
Yeah. So I you know, here's the other thing too is like, there's no way you're reading the situation wrong. Like if you're like staying up together, clicking play at the same time to watch a movie, like that would be an incredible gaslighting situation from her.
You're almost
She's
engaged.
not actually interested.
Yeah, you're
like,
right, bro. You are right.
You might be emailing her next week about a prenup. Who knows? So go get
Then
it.
you pick, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This one is unbelievable. It's one of my favorite emails in a really long time. It's not because the email itself, it's the premise. What this guy is hoping to pull off. Let's get into it. Please leave out details like location and pertinent information. Okay, no problem. 61195, 26 years old. Pickup comp is a fundamentally deficient, lower IQ Steve Nash in Dallas. I think we're all lower IQ than Steve Nash.
So
when it comes to
Steve
basketball.
Nash, but not the IQ nor the basketball skills. Got it.
Hey, guys are getting more honest with this stuff, though. Remember when this first started happening? I don't even know how it happened necessarily, but it's like every guy that was a little thick around the waist was like Boris Diaw. And you're like, so French.
Yeah, we
Magic
did.
Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Not Magic Johnson, but you get the point. Used to squat 4 bills for reps. Recently moved into more ERG skiing and rowing. All right. Wow. So that's a young age to make that decision. What's up, Ryan, Kyle, Ceruti? Apologies in advance for the longer email. Here's the situation. How do I convince my long-term girlfriend that moving out after living together for 2 years to live with a group of my childhood buddies for a year isn't a step back in a
Holy
relationship?
There's not an answer to this.
Dude, this is like Ocean's 14. You're going to need a whole crew to pull this thing off. Oh, man.
This is like getting too far in Final Fantasy 7 and then being like, or no, Final Fantasy 10. It's like, no, you just don't have enough hit points built up.
Right.
Nerd
You
alert.
took the wrong path.
Wow. Yeah, geez.
Yeah. You didn't put in the work, those trails.
Outside of like hitting up Leo DiCaprio and pulling some sort of Inception move where you plant the idea in her mind that this is a good idea, I have no idea.
Yeah, brain chip.
Your friend has to fake like a terminal illness and be like, this is his last wish.
We got 6 months.
That's the only thing I can think of.
There's a
Doctor
thing
says
called
1 to
Make a
2
Wish,
years.
but for dudes,
Yeah.
and they're not sick.
Oh, man.
I met my girlfriend senior year of college 4 years ago. We've been inseparable since. She's an amazing partner, out of my league. Pictures attached. Saw the pictures. She is probably out of your league, man. But I don't like saying that.
What are you
to dudes.
doing, dude? Like,
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Like she's one of the pictures is like incredible. Anyway, incredibly smart, easygoing, overall a great person to build a life with. He also like included a graduation picture, so it's like, oh, she's also really smart too. We've enjoyed each other's company so much. We've been living together for the past 2 years with 2 other roommates, her friends from college. Wait a minute. Is there something perhaps on the pros and cons list to use that in your argument? Like, well, I lived with your
If
friends.
you even really want to make this argument, yes.
Yeah.
If you really just...
What's
you
the problem? I
actually
lived with
wanna
your
put-
friends for 2 years.
yeah, this is like a Judd Apatow movie from like 2007, waiting to be like, they both convinced each other to move in with their friends after being. I would watch that movie.
Like, I would have wanted to do this. This is something I would have done.
Dude,
And then-
I'm married with 2 kids, and I'm like, how do I?
It's fun to think about.
It's like, this is
Certainly
why
fun
people
to
buy
think about.
houses. Like, you know, you see on the Instagram, it's like, oh, if you buy this whole block, right, and everyone's got a house, and there's like a community pool, and it's like, yeah, like, let's just go in on this. This would be awesome. We could all live together.
It's
All the
failed
wives are
town
like,
in
this is a
Texas
terrible
or
idea.
something, right?
Yeah.
No, I love that stuff. I mean, there's certain neighborhoods, certain friends of mine that I have, and they all just like, hey, they're at a stage of their life where they all bought houses on a golf course, or,
Damn.
some of the guys are rich enough to have like condos in the city. Maybe that would be just better for everybody. Maybe it'd be better for parenting. Anyway, back to the email. There's a theory working on in my head there, but I don't want to disrupt where we're at right now. All right. So Not the most conventional post-college setup. I have no complaints. Living with women is great, relatively clean, proactive about doing housework chores. Don't mind friends coming over out of the blue for NFL Sundays, pre-games before going out, video games, etc. It all allows me to max out my 401k, backdoor Roth, make substantial investments into my personal portfolio. Pretty sweet, right? Sounds great, man. Here's a conundrum. A group of my hometown best friends are all relocating to my city, renting a house together, and want me to join as the fourth roommate.
Damn, dude.
Like myself, are all in good careers and relatively focused for being guys in their mid-20s. While I normally wouldn't entertain an opportunity like this with any other group of guys, part of me revels in the idea of getting one last hurrah with the fellas for a year before getting engaged and fully transitioning into a conventional adult living situation.
A year-long bachelor party.
This is not going to work. But anyway, this, however, would require me to convince my girlfriend that blowing up our current setup and moving in with our respective friends is, all caps, not a step back in the relationship. I have to know, like, did you talk about, it gets worse. For context, we have previously discussed the possibility of moving out of our current spot and settling into a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment for us.
He's excited
and our 2-year-old dog. Yeah, so you've already planted this seed. That now it's even harder. While this would be a great setup, the conversation hasn't gone any further than it being a prospective option. Well, I promise you, she's thought about it probably more than you have. Am I crazy for wanting to live with my guys? Quick answer, no, as we've all discussed here. Back to the email. As we get older, I realize our time together is finite. And this is likely the last chance we'll have to all live under one roof. I personally do not see this as a step back in a relationship. We would ideally still live incredibly close to one another and still spend the same, if not more time together than we do now.
You're fucking crazy, dude. You've taken the crazy pill already. That's nuts.
Yeah. That sentence is doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Fucking Jordan Belfort here.
We'd still spend the same, if not more time together than we do now. Can you come over? No. I just got Bedard on the Sabres. I'll see you tomorrow. With this in mind, I don't even know if I should bring this up to her. Part of me thinks she'd be okay with it, but the other more rational part of me tells me I'm fucking stupid for even thinking about asking her about this, and it will not go over well. Please let me know what you would do. Would you keep your mouth shut and carry on with your happy little life, or make a compelling argument for why we should do this and how it would be impactful to our future plans together? She has a ton of friends in the area who have professed interest in living together in the past, but have never seriously considered it due to our current living situation. Thanks for reading. Big fan of the show. All right. Well, I want you to ask solely for the follow-up email. So selfishly, I'm going to tell you to ask.
Can you buy a pair of like Ray-Ban Metas and just give me like a 2-minute clip of that, dude? That's insane.
Do you ask? Let's ask the married guys here.
No.
I mean,
no.
You could.
What?
You could just play it off as a joke, but there's no way it goes.
If she's
over
smart
well.
enough about anything, she'd be like, wait, hold on a second. Let's just pause. Are you fucking seriously trying to get, no way.
The other thing too is like girls, females, they have like a timeline on these things, women,
females.
And like, it's a bad look in her circle if you did, like, that is like,
her parents are never going to look at you
suicide.
Bro,
if you, like,
friends, parents, cousins.
And I know you don't see it that way, but that it's and it isn't that way. You could love her and want to do, and all the things, want to marry, have kids with her, like all
they
the
have
stuff
a dog
you say.
too.
It's such a bad look for her that like it's almost disrespectful. I mean, it's definitely disrespectful. Even though I think your intentions, you feel like a pure guy, your intentions seem good. I get it, but like this is what golf trips are for, dude. I'm going on one next week. We're going to Tampa. 8 dudes.
Hell yeah.
Like, this is why you do these things. Like, when you get to a certain age, like seem like a little bit younger, but like when you get to a certain age, like these are the things you look forward to. You get once a year, you kind of get to reminisce with the boys, and that's kind of it. And that's just life. I mean, get an Xbox, like hop on and just like have a couple nights a week and talk to your guys playing. Yeah, like that's like seriously, that's unfortunately, I mean, it's not.
Share your locations on iPhone. That's kind of fun. We're experimenting.
Do any
with
of the other
right
guys have girlfriends either? That's, I guess, a good question. Like they probably are all single too. So this is a mess.
Their lifestyle's got to be. 4 dudes aren't moving into a house to rent if one of them has a girlfriend.
Yeah,
or at least a serious one.
I want him to ask and also pitch that this will actually make them stronger.
It seems like he's really feels like he could have a couple of bullet points to throw at her.
Test our relationship more.
If it were 3 of my favorite guys, not only would I ask, I would then break up if not allowed to, and then probably have tracks.
That
a
tracks.
moment 2 years later where it's like, oof.
I was gonna say, if this is the girl, like this is his girl, like this is not.
This is why you don't take this step. When
I think
you're-
it's this girl.
This is why you don't take this step when you're 24 years old, which is what he did, right? This is what it's because if this is what you
sometimes
want.
that's life,
I know. I'm just saying when you're 24 years old and you're like, this might be the girl, but we're gonna scope each other out for a couple of years before I ask her to marry me. You're 24. I mean, you've only been out of school for 2 years, right? So, I mean, you really didn't leave yourself much of a chance to have the living sister. I'm not saying don't date anyone. I'm just saying when you take this thing and you hop on a lease at 24, that's pretty much if this is who it works out with, that's going to be your only roommate forever. So this is you miss that chance. The fact that he said he's 26, he's been there for 2 years already. That's one of the drawbacks of committing to a living situation like that. Because you can't just say, hey, everything will be the same, but we'll have different addresses now.
The problem is if you do it in a joking manner to like soft launch it,
she'll see it.
And then she'll be like, wait, you're serious? If you were to bring it up again, and then she'll point back to the joke, and it's like, well, you handled it this way. Like, this is one of those scenarios where it's probably whatever you come up with. And I've been thinking here as I read it, we've done it again. Like, what? Like, all right, you have to find a way, right? You're sitting there, you have to find a way to at least pitch this to give it the best chance of you getting permission to go ahead and do this. And if you soft launch it and she doesn't really pick up on it, and then you revisit it again, then you're going to get penalized for soft launching it. It's like, oh, wait, this whole time you've been serious and you've wanted to do it. So that's probably out. If you went the other route where it was like really funny and she knows your three buddies, and then it's like they do a PowerPoint deck, whole presentation, why it's a good idea, all this stuff.
They
like
do it.
Be, right. They kind of do
like,
it
oh,
for
guys, are
you.
you serious?
Yes. Yeah. This is, and then everybody's laughing and like they really nail it, maybe rehearse it a couple times. That also could backfire in a huge way because it's like you've been devising this plan and then this whole time you've made the decision this is something you wanted to do and you didn't even talk about it with me. You talked about it with them first. Like there's just so many fucking landmines with this thing. So I love that you two guys both said straight out, don't even ask. I'm saying
some
just
sleepovers, dude.
Just for the explorers out there, for the guys that want to wander, I want you to ask just so you can tell us how bad it went.
Yeah, we got I know I have something to lose in this situation. Like it's not. I know it's not going to go well. I don't know. I think here's the thing too. Is like you're in the same city. I know it's not the same thing, but like you're still young enough where it's like if you spend a night or a weekend over at these dudes' houses, like you're going to be able to do that. It's not like you can still kind of have the fun and not have to necessarily live there. I know it's not the same. Everyone's going to come at me, but like you could still like. Hey, it's Friday to Sunday.
No one should come at you for saying
day.
that. I mean, everything you just said makes a ton of sense. I want him. What if she says, yeah, no problem? Is that actually bad? I mean, think about that. What if you get your way and then it's like, uh-oh.
You'd be like just popping up at the apartment unannounced, like anything going on here?
There's just so many things you can't say because you're going to, like, we get you, man. I get you, even though I'm so much older than you. I wouldn't want to do this now, right? But this was something even in my 30s, like, I toyed with. I know a couple guys, I think they kind of like gave up on decent careers just to move in with the cooler friends that we had in our friend group later on in the scenario, where I would like kind of see the deal and be like, you know what, these guys are, who cares? And now that I'm so much older than even back then, it's like, who gives a shit if you're 30 is you live in a major city and you go, what's the plan? Everybody's dropping their messenger bags off at the sofa and being like, it's Friday. Is it sushi and blow? Or that's an old line from a radio talk show host at ESPN. Cowherd said it once and he got in trouble and it was just hilarious. He was doing like a daily thing and he goes, he's like, it was like a whole Joe Buck thing where he was saying he liked that Joe Buck wasn't a baseball nerd and it made him a better announcer because he basically said he's not going to watch the Pirates on Tuesday. And then Cowherd was like, I like our guys cultured. I want my guys out in the mix. He goes, I don't want you watching Pirates baseball on Tuesday. I want sushi and blow. And they called them in and they were like, hey, that analogy, you're great with them.
I think we found the line. That one may not work. And then it was just classic Cowherd. He like comes in on prepping one day. He's like, what's up? I was like, what's going on? He's like, they didn't like the sushi and blow analogy.
And then the thing is, the great thing about Cowherd is you could just go like, all right, whatever. Like, on it. And that's not really something to get too upset about. Anyway, report back.
Yeah.
These two guys, look, the
Please.
vote is 2-1. Don't even bother asking.
Yeah. The one thing I could think of, it's like, you ever had like an idea that you haven't talked to like anyone of consequence about, and you just think it's like, so, and it's the second you tell somebody that like matters in your life, they're like, what are you, fucking crazy? And you've already planned like steps 2, 3, 4 of this plan, and you
three-wheel
it just-
scooters.
it's
Oh,
just-
dude, I was going to buy a house in Maine with my buddies after my bachelor party. I was like,
Right.
no, knock it.
And you
7
totally-
hours, not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
Think of how many, we could all go up there. There's 5 bedrooms. It's on a lake. And you're just
You
like, what?
zoomed
Hey, by the way,
Step
if you
one.
do that, in.
Yeah. Well, you were invited. That was my bachelor party. You didn't show up. So there you go.
That wasn't going to work. The wedding, that one I feel zero guilt about. The wedding, but we've already discussed there's other elements that were going on there.
No,
Whatever.
you're good.
I know you don't care. Listeners care, which, makes all this worth it. All right, that'll
Part of
do
it.
for the pod today. I think we can't solve all of them. We had some people follow up on the hot tub guy, the creepy Italian guy. We missed on that because plenty of guys were like, have the dude, the husband, just show up and be like, hey, wife couldn't make it. Where's the tub?
Oh, that's great.
We had a lot of people say that. We missed on that one.
Hey.
That was really good. So thank
Keep
you
us
to
in check.
those.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we're trying to get better every day. You know us. Thanks to Kyle. Thanks to Steve, the Ryen Russillo Show, part of the Barstool Network. Please subscribe and check out our good 10 minutes on our YouTube page as well. And we'll be back on Monday recapping a huge conference championship weekend in college. And the
Danny
NFL.
Cannell.
And Danny Cannell going over the rankings,
Yeah.
where he almost crashed his car bitching about the
I saw
rankings, which I was like, did he actually do this video? And guess what? He did it. So we'll
Gotta
get
love
to
you.
that as well. Thanks for listening.